Citrus fruits are some of the brightest gifts nature offers: lemons, oranges, grapefruits, limes, all bursting with tangy flavor and sunny energy. But beyond their refreshing taste, they carry a quiet strength when it comes to keeping blood sugar levels balanced. Packed with soluble fiber and powerful flavonoids, citrus fruits work like natural regulators, slowing the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream and smoothing out what could otherwise become a wild rush. You can imagine them standing at the banks of a sugar river, guiding the flow gently and calmly, making sure it doesn't flood too fast. Lemons, with their sharp wit, and oranges, with their cheerful sweetness, act as guardians, taming the current so the body can handle it with ease. The soluble fiber, especially pectin, plays a starring role. It forms a kind of gel-like substance during digestion, which slows the release of glucose and keeps energy more even throughout the day. Instead of sudden spikes and crashes, you get a steady stream of fuel, like a river controlled by thoughtful caretakers rather than one running wild. At the same time, citrus flavonoids such as hesperidin and naringenin have been shown to improve insulin sensitivity, making it easier for the body to move glucose into cells where it can be used for energy rather than lingering in the bloodstream. Together, the fiber and flavonoids make citrus fruits both refreshing and functionally protective, a rare combination that feels indulgent and medicinal all at once. Citrus also brings a wealth of vitamin C, which not only boosts immune strength, but also reduces oxidative stress that can worsen insulin resistance. Add potassium, hydration, and an array of plant compounds, and you have a fruit that supports nearly every system tied to metabolic health. In a way, citrus fruits are multitaskers, hydrating, cleansing, nourishing, and protecting all at the same time. Their bright acidity isn't just a flavor, it's almost a symbol of their role in keeping the body alert, clean, and balanced. And then there's their versatility. Citrus fruits can be eaten fresh, juiced, zested into recipes, or sliced into water for a refreshing infusion. They add brightness to salads, marinades, and even desserts, transforming the simplest dishes into something lively. A squeeze of lemon over fish, a handful of orange segments in a salad, or a grapefruit half for breakfast all become small acts of health, rituals that tame sugar while uplifting the senses. Culturally, citrus has always been seen as a symbol of vitality and renewal. Oranges are exchanged as gifts for prosperity, lemons are used to cleanse and refresh, and grapefruits have been associated with energy and vitality. When we enjoy them today, it's almost as if we're taking part in that timeless tradition of inviting brightness, balance, and resilience into our bodies. So citrus fruits are not just tangy treats, they are guardians of the glucose river. With their fiber-forming natural dams and their flavonoids acting like skilled river engineers, they keep the flow smooth and steady, ensuring that sugar doesn't surge out of control. Each bite of orange, each sip of lemon water, is a reminder that health can taste vibrant, refreshing, and joyful. Would you like me to turn this into a longer, flowing spoken-style story, where I expand the metaphor of citrus fruits as river tamers patrolling the current of sugar?